follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Jackson, first play, going to throw. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd and a couple. Jackson, he finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Jacobs is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Ravens are on the board here first in the season opener. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
11. Stop.
Again, it's Mixon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Close. 11 ponies.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down at the 32.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He put that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it, put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
12.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing the best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the sign judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try to find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 39, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. 12. Again, it's Mixon. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. They'll get this down to the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 11. From the gun to give to Mixon. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
12, 11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11 empty.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
McPherson's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
11 empty.
Now Burrow on first down. Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
John. 11 Thomas. 12.
The slot man in motion right. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
11 empty.
They give to Mixon. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
12. 11, empty, tape. Gotta go.
Burrow will throw. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Now Burrow. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
I'm one, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units. And they kind of put their defense and made some really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them. Get out there now and get some points on this drive.
11.
To try again after the sack. Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 67 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Gun.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
11 empty.
Burrow looking to pass. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
11.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
Come on, ready?
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
11 mighty.
It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The ball comes out, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, it was looking like they were going to have the ball in good field position, but now with that fumble, they don't have the football at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to imagine what he was thinking there, though, right? I can take this one, break it, go for a big one right here. But you and I both know, always protect the football is the #1 mantra for a kick returner.
Here we go.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
11.
A handoff to Mixon. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. 11 empty. 11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Looking deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Well, that was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Jackson now. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Bengals grab it. There's a nice move.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Down to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
11 MT take. 11 MT take.
Here's a give to Mixon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
McPherson's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
11 mighty. 11 MT. 11 MT.
Now Joe Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here we go.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that is taken in by Hurst. Touchdown. Hayden Hurst from 19 yards away. And the Bengals have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford. It's
an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
No, we can't.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and 3rd and 8 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. Jackson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Throwing, Jackson. Got a man, it's Mims. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here's Jackson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Here we go.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Whoa. Stop.
Mixon. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Coming coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
11.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On 1, ready? 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest.